Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, no, yeah. Will I pay that premium for Myles Garrett? Yes. Will I pay that premium for Micah Parsons? Yes. Will I pay that premium? That's where I draw. That's my demarcation. That's it. That's those two. And yet Trey Hendrickson, no. I'm not picking. Maxx Crosby is a very good player. I'm not picking on. No, I'm not doing it. Daniil Hunter, no. Too old. Maybe Will Anderson. Maybe.
There you go. I like Will Anderson. I'm happy you said him. But no, I agree with you. I mean, well, where are you then on Phillips? I mean, are you almost getting to a point if it doesn't matter what Phillips gets to, you got to get the deal done?
You know that
Because
that
John, if it
that's
gets 27.5,
that's a
you what?
that's a more interesting question because the idea of a walkaway number, it's like if your walkaway number is 28, well, what the fuck is the difference between 28 and 29? You know, so this mentality, and the Eagles have these walkaway numbers, and everybody does. It's not just the Eagles. That I kind of push back on. I'm like, well, if the market says if your walkaway number is 28 and the market says 29, you're really going to walk away from that guy? I don't necessarily agree with that. Now, if your walkaway number is 20, and which I don't know for a fact, but I'm thinking it was in that range for Milton. It might have even been a little bit lower, and he gets 26, then it's way out of whack. You got to go. Obviously, you got to walk. You got to walk away. But yeah, I kind of push back more on the walkaway numbers than, well, for paying this guy 28, why can't we pay this guy 35 and a half, plus also waste a third round pick, plus also waste a first round pick, plus also give them Nolan Smith, plus also give them a conditional premium pick the next year.
Yeah, but John, here, let me give you the other. All right, let me say this, and I don't necessarily disagree with you, but Howie's a smart guy. At least I view him as a smart guy. He's
Well, you're
smart
not
enough to.
perfect.
No, I'm not saying he is perfect, but I'm saying he's smart, and he's smart enough to look at the team right now and know that we're not indestructible. We're not. Our Super Bowl window doesn't stay open forever. You know, our running back, we maybe have 1 or 2 years left with him. If we keep AJ Brown, we maybe have 1 or 2 years left with him. Vic Fangio, we have maybe 1 year left, maybe two if you're really lucky. Same thing with Lane Johnson. Jalen Hurts is at 28 years old. What type of window do you have with him as a dual threat quarterback? I mean, your offensive line looks like they're 35 and half of them are 27. I think Howie's looking at the team and says, if we want to go and compete for a Super Bowl this year, I'm going to have to make a significant move to prop that window open. Now, if he thinks the window's already shut or some of those guys can't be fixed or the offensive line or any of those things, well, then maybe he lets it shut. But if you're Howie and you think that window's expiring or closing or getting smaller, don't you think making the splash is the right move to try and prop it back open?
Well, everything's about evaluation. So if they make that type of move, what they're telling you is Maxx Crosby is that type of player. I don't have the same evaluation. So they could be right. I could be wrong. Um, but it better work for all that. Um, and the positive, if you want to say the positive, he is out there every play. He has been durable. Um, he has been productive with no help, basically, and now he's going to have a shitload of help. So in theory, that would make him even better. So there's some avenues where you could say, for all those people who say I never say I'm wrong all the time. They might be right and I might be wrong. I'm saying me personally, I don't look at him the same way. I look at Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett and Will Anderson. Those are the three guys. Everybody else, and it's not an insult. Aiden Hutchinson, Hunter, you know, Trey Hendrickson, how productive has that guy been? Everybody else, even Jared Verse, a young player, he's great, but he's not those guys. Everybody else doesn't reach that bar for me. So if you start talking about Micah Parsons level get back, which again, I don't think they'll get that from anybody, but if that's what we're talking about, yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But that doesn't mean the Eagles are wrong for going there if they want to go there. You know, and maybe playing with Jalen Carter helps him and makes him a better player.
Yeah, I think that would be true. I think it would be a two-way street too. I think it'd help Jalen and Jordan.
So, you know, there's ways to evaluate it in a positive way. But it's a big matzo ball. Big matzo ball out there.
Do you think Vic Fangio would like Maxx Crosby?
Well, that's another thing. You know, it doesn't seem like a fit, but you know, when we all talk about Vic wanting the more well-rounded edge player, you know, he has worked with pass rushers before, and they've been tremendously successful. So he'll utilize what he has.
Is Max that one trick? I mean, John, I haven't watched enough of
Raiders.
I'm
not saying he's one trick. He's a good player. He's got a shitload of tackles for loss, but he's not TFL. He's not. He's his. You know, obviously his strength is he's a natural pass rusher. That's his strength. He's a pass rusher. And he's a closer. And he's the guy on 3rd and 10 that's going to get home. That's him. You're not looking at him to be the well-rounded 3-down guys who people are bored by anyway. So, you know, I when we were talking about AJ yesterday, I'm like, you know, my comparison is everybody loves the home run hitter in baseball, obviously. They don't like the 5-tool guy. Luckily, you know, and to be fair, the home run hitter is usually more relevant. You know, and like he gets a bunch of tackles for losses. So, you know, those are splashy plays, just like sacks. But, you know, so if you compare it back to the glory days of the Phillies, Ryan Howard was the MVP and the home run hitter, and guy.
Jimmy Rollins is probably your 5-tool.
Yeah, or Chase. Chase.
Yep, Chase would be good too.
Are they better all-around players? Yes, they are. But who's more important? And that's what Max does. You know, Max is a sack guy. He's a tackle for loss guy. And that's going to get you paid $35.5 million. And that's going to stand out in the fans' eye. I just, you know, but people say that about Micah, though. You know, oh, he can't play the run. Yes, he can. So can Max. But it's not what they're out there for. So, you know, they're focused on what they're out there for.
Reminds me of A.J. Brown blocking.
And, you know,